Hey guys, it's Stephanie.
I'm Trey.
This is your weekly dose of BS. I'm back. I went on a trip this weekend with my husband. It was very interesting. It was Miami, which I told you guys is not my favorite place to go.
No.
And I stand by that after going there.
Mm-hmm.
It rained a lot while we were there. It was like kind of off and on again raining. We stayed at the SLS hotel for those asking. It was interesting. Not my favorite hotel. I took Travis on a 500 step walk to the hotel I wanted to stay at, so he knew
It was next door.
It was like just around the corner.
He knew for next time.
Yes, I was like, let me do my job because. But the craziest thing in the hotel, which I'm sure Travis loved, and many men, were having their wives message me, "What hotel are you staying at?" As we walk into this hotel. And it's more of like a party hotel, which which is kind of what Travis wanted. He wanted like more of a fun, high energy atmosphere. I wanted to drink at a nice bar and eat good food. We had different plans.
A silent lobby.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So go into the room and it's all white. It's very Miami. And there is a mirror on the ceiling. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then everyone started freaking me out saying that there could be video cameras up there. Are you sure somebody's not trying to video you guys? First of all, it would not be that entertaining. Nobody would pay for my video. You shouldn't. I'm not swinging from the chandeliers. I'm too old for that. I'm just making sure my back doesn't hurt. Anyway, so I did a video. I did a video of the ceiling. Like, this is ridiculous. At the SLS Miami. And for those of you wanting to stay there now, you freaks.
This is on Miami Beach, right?
This is on Miami Beach, which another thing that Travis likes the beach. So I was like, okay. I'm
28 years old, and I have less than 24 hours worth of tolerance for Miami Beach.
Yeah.
It is just not my vibe.
Yes, well, they have these cabanas at the place we were staying at, and Travis, and then there's like the hotel pool, which is great for me. I love a hotel pool. I'll sit there. I'll be, have a great time. But then you could pay $5,000 for a little bed area, like a little cabana bed setup.
Do you get to keep it?
$5,000, no. And, you have to, anyways, you have to make sure you spend $5,000 on drinks. It's like the minimum, right? And I was like, Travis, that just is, first of all, I'm not that big of a drinker. We had another couple with us, but I'm like, I don't even know if it's
insane.
I don't even know if it's impossible to spend $5,000 at this cabana.
Did he buy it?
No, so I was like, let's hold off. I'm sure not many people are doing this. This just seems really crazy. Also, the economy is not great. Like, how many people are blowing $5,000 to drink at the beach in Miami?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we didn't. The next day, we go down to the beach, and Travis wasn't feeling that well. And then it starts raining, and all these fools who had paid $5,000 for this daybed are out there in the rain trying to make the most out of their experience. I mean, it was crazy. So anyways, we did it. But I was going to say, everyone was freaking me out about the mirror, saying there could be cameras. And I went to the bar. I asked everybody, find.
Which I'm sure the SLS loved you doing.
Do you have a mirror on your ceiling as well? Everybody did. So it wasn't just me. Everybody did. But there you go, people. That's the hotel, for those asking, which was a lot of people. My Instagram story had never blown up so much with people like, my husband would like to know.
See, I feel like Travis, that's why he pushed for this hotel.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he knew.
And then you're on Instagram like, what idiot put this on the ceiling? Yeah.
He's like, this is a masterpiece. Yes.
That is so wild.
I'm back, and then I leave tomorrow for 24 hours for a work trip with Travis. And then I'm gone so much. I'm actually concerned about this race we're running. I went from really being a good girl running 3 days a week to barely running. I ran today for 3 miles and thought I was going to die. And we have to do.
Thank God, because I too have not been running. So I've just switched my strategy from I'm going to be last. And that's just what it is. To maybe if I train just a smidge, I can beat y'all now.
Oh,
so that makes me happy.
Yeah, you could easily beat me. I ran today for the first time, but I've been traveling so much, and I wasn't even thinking how crazy, the end of the year is, October, November. So, I'm just going to get there. I have ran a half marathon before with very little training, and it was one of the worst experiences of my life. So I have done it. I can do it again.
Oh.
I mean, your legs start You've never done it, I know. But if you're not ready and you haven't trained enough, your legs literally start almost feels like your legs, you can't move them. Like everything tenses up and it hurts to run. Like your body stops cooperating. So probably 4 miles can be really painful.
I don't know. Jesus walked the desert for a lot of days. I don't remember how many, and he kept going.
Yeah, we can do this.
So I feel like he built my body to do the same.
Yeah,
but maybe not.
We can do it. Well, I've done it before. We can do it. It's just going to be hard.
Well, I'm glad you got out of Florida before a hurricane hits it.
So a lot of people that were at the SLS hotel were there from, I guess, because there are more hurricanes coming or something.
There's a big girl on its way.
It's insane. Yeah, it's crazy. So anyways, that's what I'm doing.
Wow.
And if you have not been watching Trey and I's Instagram or Amazon Lives.
Oh, they're so good. They are we sell out of everything every time we do it.
We're amazing.
And Stephanie runs around her house day of and finds things that she loves from Amazon.
I have so many things from Amazon. It's actually fairly easy because I have so many clothes. Like today.
This hoodie.
If you're watching this hoodie,
This is
amazing.
This is actually a great hoodie.
It's an Amazon find. So I will say I'm very lucky in that I do spend an absorbent amount of money on Amazon. So it's been pretty easy. But I don't like going live. I don't like going live on Instagram or anything. I really don't. It's not my favorite thing. Some people go live all the time. They love it. I'm not that girl. So doing it, as oft, 4 times a month is not, but with Trey, he does the Lord's work. He'll go in and model things. So anyways, if you just
very beautifully.
Yes, it's amazing.
We are at the end of the month doing what is it? I think it's the week before Halloween. We're doing Stephanie's favorite Amazon Halloween costumes.
Yes.
And she's picking, is it 10 costumes?
Yeah, there'll be 10.
I'm going to model.
Yes, he's going to be the
model.
model.
And you don't want to miss it. So how do they do you follow that? I don't know how Amazon works.
You can follow me. But also I put the links. I'll do the Halloween one.
Wait, the Halloween one's gonna be a big deal.
Trey actually has the dates saved, don't you?
Yep,
You're so
I do.
Ridiculous.
We're doing our Halloween event on October 24th.
Yes.
At 12 o'clock.
Yes.
So I don't care that you're at work. Put it in your calendar right now. October 24th, 12 o'clock. I am going to be beautifully displaying some Halloween costumes that you can get in time for Halloween.
So I do have 3 that I already own, but I'm going to go on there and really pick 7 more. So it'll be good. Just get ready. Don't buy your Halloween costumes until last minute. Trey is going to model everything. It's going to be incredible. Yes.
It's going to be great. I have a client. She's from Russia, and she's lived in Russia, then she lived in France, and then she lived in Spain, and now she lives here. And we were closing last week, and she goes, "Have you ever been to Florida?" I was like,
"You're like,
yeah." And she's like, "I love Florida." I was like, "Have you been to Florida?" She goes, "No, but I can't wait to go." I was like, you lived in some very fabulous places. And she's like, "They're not like Florida." And I was like, right. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, some people just love Florida.
I'm not Miami probably, but I like other areas in Florida that aren't Miami's just a little too much for me. When I was younger, I loved Miami. But there are multiple areas in Florida. However, I was walking, when it was pouring down rain, and we walked to find a place to eat lunch. And it's just not, especially Miami Beach area is not that pretty. Whenever she's seen all the TikToks and everything of there are good and bad areas in every town. And I don't know. I think there are other places in Florida that are incredible. My kids love Seaside.
Where was that place I went to go pick up Cruz at one time?
Maybe it was Seaside, but don't say where you stayed. But it was
it wasn't. It was.
Was it somewhere else?
Clearwater Beach?
Oh yeah,
Is that
Clearwater,
right?
Florida. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. But don't
stayed at the most janky, like a murderer's dream. This hotel.
Like the Cecil Hotel, if you remember that.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So
it was the worst place.
It was so bad.
It wasn't a great experience for me.
For Travis.
Someone ended up getting fired over it, but not, well, maybe it was because of me. But anyways, it was.
We'll just say somebody got really mad that Trey did not like the hotel.
And I posted about it. And they wrote a scathing email while Stephanie and Travis were on a plane. And I tried to call her. I gave one Curtis call. She didn't answer before I was just like.
We received this email on the way home from Travis's mother's funeral.
If Travis gives me permission to read it to you, I would love to. Because I
it was so
ripped someone a new asshole.
He really did. I could not because, I'm the wife of Travis, but
I have no affiliation.
Trey was really good. He started out, first of all, as
I will say I sent it to a lawyer friend first, and I said, "Is there any liability in anyone else in this email if I send this?" And they said, "No." It's like send.
So that's when we found out that our humor is not for everybody.
And we carry on.
And we continue to piss people off. But I stand by. That was a horrible hotel. But you know what?
But that email was worse.
In that person's defense, and Travis there were either like really expensive good hotels or the murder hotel. Mm-hmm. Now, if I were going to pick Cruz up, I would not have stayed there. But Cruz loved that hotel also. He loved it. He was like, this is amazing. This is so great. I love this hotel. But I remember watching Trey's story on that hotel, and it was like a murder hotel. Mm-hmm. There were caution tape all over the place.
Lights worked.
Half the lights. There was no like indoor elevator. You had to go up the stairs, and all the lights were flickering off and on. It was like a Stephen King novel.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I think it's still on your story. So if people would like to go to Trey Stewart's Instagram page and find, what is it called?
It's like the beachside, like resort and grill or inn and something like that. And it was like, no.
If you would like to find his story on the beachside resort and grill, feel free to do so and then come back. And if Travis gives Trey permission, we will read
I would love to read
that
the
email. Because it's been enough time. It's been over a year. It was ridiculous.
Statute of limitations has passed. And I would resend that email right now.
It was ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But yes, it was good. But no, I mean, Florida's kind of a big deal. I feel like
Florida's getting a power washing at the moment.
Yeah,
and it's really sad. Have you seen the TikToks?
No, I've seen. I mean, it's insane. I've seen stuff in Florida. Where else? There was
North Carolina. Holy cow!
Insane. It looks like what I would think a zombie apocalypse where everything's caved in. It's so sad. It's all over TikTok. Mm-hmm. It's so crazy because I didn't even realize that things had happened for the first that something that bad happened for the first 2 days. And if it wasn't for TikTok, I honestly wouldn't know how bad it was until everybody started talking about it and everything. But
and a lot of those people still don't have power. A lot of them pretty much all of them had no flood insurance.
Oh, that's crazy.
So these people are literally just without. There's no insurance claim that's going to come in and save them. But there are, full homes that are like washed away. The amount of infrastructure that is gone, it's not just like underwater now. It's like the water broke it down and it's gone. It's going to be years before they're able to pull it. It's very sad. So
it's insane. Did you see the? It was like a news person. Did you see this? And he was where in one of the bad flooding areas, and he was it was a weatherman, and I forget what news source it was on, and he was trying to do the news, and behind him there was this water and a lady in her car, the water like getting deeper and deeper. And she was like, help, like yelling at him, right? Like yelling for help. And he's doing the news. And he was like, I called, 911. They're going to be, they're on their way. And then I guess he turned around again and he was like, oh crap, this is worse than I thought. So he was like, hold on, I'm going to see what I can do to help this person. So he like got in the water, which I think is pretty dangerous, especially if it's that high where it's, almost to a part where she needs to get out of her car, and like got the lady out of her car, and then he carried her on his back to safety. Anyways,
oh my gosh.
Who knew the weatherman would be such a hero? But I mean, I think in cases like this, you see like the worst, right? You see horrible things, but at the same time, you see kind of the best of humanity. A lot of times you see people coming together and really helping. And, but yeah, it's so sad. I saw one TikTok where they were leaving and they had everything kind of that they could do in their U-Haul. They just bought a house and they did like a walkthrough of the house before the flooding came and kind of showed. And it's smartly enough they did that for insurance purposes. So that way the insurance can see how it was before and after. And then the next slide they did was their house after. And it was insane how, I think the water got to like 5 feet in their house. You could actually see the water line. It's
I've
crazy.
seen some people that like live on the beach and they walk back in their house and it's just like sand, like to the top of the kitchen cabinets. Like, what do you even do? I wouldn't know where to begin cleaning.
No.
Do we just like say it's gone? What do we do in that situation? I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so sad. So anyway, if you live there or know somebody that did, I hope you guys are okay and hanging in there. I don't even know what you do in that case because we don't have anything like that here.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
We just have tornadoes.
Yeah,
it's just,
the
wind just takes it.
It's so sad.
All right. Are you watching Real Housewives of New York?
No,
new
not
one?
yet. Not yet. No, I have
started
not.
the new season.
Okay.
And it started off with 5 days after filming their cast photo shoot, like for the intro. And they're all like, there's like groups, like 3 people are talking and then like other 3 people are talking, but like no one's really getting along as a whole, which really feels a lot like New Jersey now that I'm saying it out loud. But apparently it's going down in New York this year. And I will say I watched the first episode. I think it was just the first episode. It was very good. But I only like about half the cast. First of all, we have a new lesbian.
Okay. You like her?
She's doing great.
Okay.
The 2 lesbians are holding the show down. There's some other people in the cast, and I couldn't even tell you their name. They just feel like they want to be on TV too much. Like they're just a little too arrogant. They're just a little too... And Bryn's not one of them. I think Bryn's great. I think Jenna's great. I think Erin's great. The other new lesbian's great. The rest of them I got notes on.
Okay.
It's just not... Yeah. But I also don't know at this point in my life if I'm ready for old New York to come back either. It's actually airing, the Ultimate Girls Trip.
Oh, really?
And we're just not talking about it. Like, I just haven't heard anything about it. I don't think it's... I don't know.
I've not. Okay, so this is what I do with Housewives. I don't watch a lot of them, but I always call Trey and I say, hey, are you watching anything? And then he says, yes. And then I say, okay, which ones are worth it and which ones aren't? Because I don't have a lot of time. I do, but
Really?
I like to watch other things.
Okay.
I like to watch other things. Like right now I'm watching the Menendez thing, like their words.
Is that out?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I gotta
just
watch
came
that.
out.
How is it?
It's just like 20 minutes in. It's okay. I mean, right now they're kind of going over what happened. And, I want them to see the boys in public, like I don't want to hear phone conversations. I want them to be there like Barbara Walters style.
I don't think they are, though, are they?
Well, so far... it's just a phone conversations where they're talking, but it's over the phone. And I kind of want to see what they've been up to and then talk about everything. But I like to see people. I don't really love the phone conversation part of it. But 20 minutes in. So right now it's just kind of going over everything that happened, which I already know. And I haven't learned anything new. So I will let you know. But I've watched like 20 minutes of that. I also I'm doing the Lord's work for people. I'm also doing... Love is Blind, which one episode in with that, which it's good. Like the main people I care about is, there's a pretty blonde girl and there's this guy who I guess like ran into all this money and he's telling people how rich he is and she wants to be taken care of. It's a very superficial couple. And I hear that they don't follow them all the way through, but they're like the people I'm most interested in following. So I'm watching those. I've not really watched Housewives, but I like that it feels like they're doing a good job with casting if you're liking all the new people, because you liked all the new people on Salt Lake and you liked all the new people on New York.
Yeah, Rebecca Minkoff is a great addition. I don't think she gets messy because that's probably for the best.
Yeah, she's Rebecca Minkoff.
But you know what I like about the new New York is it brings like the fashion side. Like Jenna Lyons is like iconic, and then you got Rebecca Minkoff, who owns a huge fashion brand. And then the new lesbian somehow involved in fashion too. So that's more New York, Sex and the City, Gossip Girl. And
it's a younger group too, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing with the old New York is it was on for so long. They just weren't like young and hip, right? They were quirky and entertaining to watch, but you didn't really have that young hip vibe that you do with the new one.
Yep.
So
it's good. I'm very interested to watch this new Menendez brothers thing. So they have not a retrial, but kind of a retrial thing coming up. So the LA County District Attorney said that he has increasingly become concerned that it was critical that we reviewed the case with new evidence. Apparently, there's new evidence that the family has found that could prove these boys innocent.
Not innocent, but that
less guilty. Well, I don't know. Basically, they might get out.
How I know more about the world than you just really stresses me out lately. Okay, so the new evidence that I saw is about 8 months before the incident with their parents happened. They wrote, one of the brothers, maybe it was Eric, wrote his cousin a letter kind of saying everything that was happening, what they said in court, of the abuse that they were enduring. And so that really substantiates their claim of the abuse happened. Also, as most of us know, the father was over a band called Menudo, and two of the Menudo members came out and said that the father had done stuff to them as well, which is evidence that supports their claims of abuse. So I think, and also Kim Kardashian's now somehow, like, she's smart. She finds a way. She's like, you know what?
You know what? She did an interview and
PR.
She said that she has never met two people that have done more positive work in jail than them.
Really?
And that they've really, I don't remember what she was saying, but basically, like, when you're in there for life, you kind of have no hope.
Yeah.
But they have been really working as if they still had hope. and yeah, they both got their GED.
Yeah.
But they've been working on, like, prison reform as well. So they have a hearing on November 29th. Best case scenario is they get time served, which is 35 years.
Yeah, which is a long time.
And they're free.
Yeah.
Worst case, same situation.
Yeah. So they have they have nothing to lose but everything to gain.
Yeah. You know, one of them's married.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I like found his wife on TikTok.
What in the world? But you are very busy and you
am.
have no time. That's incredible.
I did. I found his wife on TikTok, and her early TikToks were, because I was like, what is he up to? And then somehow my FYP read my brain, and they were like, let me show you what his wife's doing. So I don't know if they're still married or not, but
they're married.
Okay, back in the day, whenever you can, like, put your face on somebody else's body, well, she would do that, and it was like a video, and it would be like you and I singing a song, but we're not singing a song, but they use our face, and it's, you've seen
like
that.
a cheap version of AI?
Yeah, like kind of something like that. So her early stuff was that. And now she'll show, like, pictures of the boys when they were, or I guess the men when they were younger. And then she has, like, an audio of, I believe it's Eric Menendez, like, saying, thank you so much for following my TikTok account. And it's wild. But she does have a TikTok. For those of you really interested, I cannot tell you the name of her, but if you do an ounce of digging, you will find it. It doesn't take long.
I love that.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Okay, on that note, I will continue to watch. I'm interested because I think you're right. I think it's going to go more into what they've been doing right now. Episode 1, like, again, halfway through, it's very much the past, which I already know.
Yeah. I want the future. I want to know, like, is there hope? Where's Kim? Give me Kim.
Yeah, but I think it'll go into what they've been doing since then, and hopefully something new, because I hate watching things and not learning anything new, especially when it comes to, murder mysteries. Thank you guys so much for watching and I can't talk. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. You can follow me at Steph Holman on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
You can follow me at Trey_Stewart. You can follow our podcast at BS the Podcast, and you can watch us on TikTok at Weekly Dose of BS. Bye.